The journey of change, your brain's jungle and habits. We all have dreams of who we want to be. Maybe you want to be healthier, learn a new skill, or finally write that book. But there's often a gap between where you are and where you want to be. You might start strong, but after a while, you find yourself slipping back into old habits. Why is change so hard? And more importantly, how can you make it easier? Your brain is like a jungle. Imagine your brain as a dense, overgrown jungle. Every time you do something, whether it's brushing your teeth, scrolling through your phone, or going for a run, you create a path in that jungle. At first, the path is rough and hard to navigate, but the more you do it, the clearer and easier the path becomes. Over time, it turns into a well-paved highway. These brain highways are your habits, actions you do automatically, without thinking. The problem is, your brain loves these highways because they're easy and comfortable. So, when you try to change, like starting a new workout routine or eating healthier, you're essentially asking your brain to cut through thick jungle to create a new path. It's hard work, and your brain resists it. That's why change feels so difficult, especially as an adult when your jungle is already full of well-established highways. Routines versus habits. To understand how to change, it's important to know the difference between routines and habits. A routine is something you do consciously, like following a recipe or setting an alarm. It's managed by the planner in your brain, the part that thinks about the future and makes decisions. Routines require effort because you have to think about them. A habit, on the other hand, is automatic. It's managed by the toddler in your brain, the part that loves instant rewards and avoids hard work. Habits are triggered by cues, like seeing your phone, cue, and automatically unlocking it, habit. The toddler doesn't care about long-term goals. It just wants what feels good right now. Why bad habits stick and good ones don't? Most of your bad habits started because they felt rewarding in the moment. Eating chocolate feels good. Scrolling through social media is entertaining. These actions release dopamine, a chemical in your brain that makes you feel happy. Over time, your brain associates these actions with pleasure, and they become habits. The problem is, good habits, like working out or eating vegetables, don't always feel rewarding right away. They require effort, and the benefits often take time to show up. That's why it's so easy to fall back into bad habits. Your brain is wired to choose the path of least resistance. How to build a new habit. If you want to make change easier, you need to work with your brain, not against it. Here's how. Start small. Break your goal into tiny, specific actions. For example, if you want to get fit, don't start with, "I'll work out for an hour every day." Instead, start with, "I'll do 10 squats every morning." Small actions are easier to stick to. Use triggers. Pair your new action with a clear cue. For example, do your squats right after brushing your teeth. Over time, brushing your teeth will trigger your brain to think, "Time for squats." Make it enjoyable. Habits stick when they feel rewarding. If you hate running, don't force yourself to run. Try dancing or listening to your favorite podcast while walking. The more fun it is, the more likely you'll keep doing it. Be patient. It can take anywhere from 15 to 250 days for a new habit to form. Don't get discouraged if it feels hard at first. Every time you repeat the action, you're making the path in your brain a little clearer. The power of small changes. Change doesn't have to be dramatic. In fact, small changes are often more sustainable than big ones. For example, if you want to read more, start with just 1 page a day. If you want to eat healthier, start by adding 1 vegetable to your dinner. These small actions might seem insignificant, but over time, they add up. Think of it like planting a seed. At first, you won't see much growth. But with consistent care, that seed will grow into a strong tree. The same is true for habits. Small, consistent actions lead to big results over time. Why change is worth it. Change isn't about becoming a completely different person overnight. It's about taking small steps toward the person you want to be. Even if you only do 10 squats a day, That's still better than doing nothing. Over time, those small changes add up. Remember, your brain's jungle didn't grow overnight, and neither will your new habits. But with patience and consistency, you can create new paths that lead to a better version of yourself. So, what's one small habit you want to start today?